Forex, something we all know and love, kind of, and something that will, cause a lot of mistakes. It's something that we make a lot of mistakes in, and that's okay. It's normal to make mistakes as a beginner, but only sometimes. Sometimes the mistakes are going to mean that you should just quit and you've got no hope of becoming a profitable trader. What I've done today, instead of just talking about it and making it boring, I'm going to be doing a tier list to kind of make it a bit more interesting. Now, obviously, you don't have to agree with me. And if you want to do it slightly differently, I'll see if there's a way that I can upload it and you guys can do it as well. But this is just my opinion of the mistakes that, beginners traders or even, more experienced traders make, and the consequence that will have on their chance of being profitable. Now, as I said, I'm not perfect. I'm going to lose. I do lose. And I also am not, the best trader in the world, but I like to think I've experienced a lot of these mistakes, learned from them. So I'm going to show you the ranking that I think will cause the most issues from the mistakes made. So let's go over to the tier list. All right, so as you can see, we have the tier list here. We've got the categories of quit now, more chance of gamblers being profitable, account go boom boom, there is hope for you, and you will get there. So these are the different sort of categories, and depending on the mistake, it will determine sort of your outcome of being successful in trading. Now, obviously, this isn't like if I say that you do this and I put it in quit now and you don't quit, obviously you could become profitable. I'm sort of making a bit of a joke out of this as well, so just bear that in mind. But the first one that I've gone for is Guru Forex signal groups. Now, I'm not talking about good trader signal groups. If you're a good trader, do signals because it's a way to make some money, obviously, but you're going to be helping people because they will also make money. But it's the guru ones, the ones that have suddenly just discovered Forex trading and now they're making thousands of pounds daily from their phone with 30 minutes worth of work. Not very legit. Joining those groups is going to cause you a lot of problems because you start off with the wrong mindset, you start off with the wrong ideas of trading, and ultimately, in my opinion, a signal group is never going to make you a profitable trader. The quicker you quit signals, the quicker you'll start making some money on your own. So for that reason, Forex signal sellers are going to go in quit now. If you fall for that, please just quit or start again. You've got no hope. Go in the route of signal and signal groups. Next up, we have a similar sort of thing, which is guru mentorships. Now, this is slightly different to signals because instead of this time you getting trades from people, you're being taught how to trade. But if you're being taught how to trade by just a guru who, again, has no clue about actually being good at Forex, you're not going to do very well because you could spend £1,000 say on this course that's terrible, but because you've spent £1,000 on this course, you feel like you need to be good at it and you have to use it because you paid for it. Now, I've been caught out in bad mentorships before. It is something that happens, which is why I'm not going to put it in quit now, because as long as you quit and you move on to something else, you will more than likely have a chance of making it. But if you use the stuff they teach, realistically, you got more chance of gamblers being profitable than yourself. You could put it on red or black, hope for the best, play a little bit of a slot machine or some blackjack. You probably make some more money than using whatever they teach you in these groups. Next up is thinking Forex is a get rich quick scheme. Now, this is something that a lot of people fall for. I was kind of guilty of it at the start when I first made my sort of first bit of money. I thought, oh, this is an infinite money scheme. It's not, but it is maybe in like 5-10 years when you become profitable, but it isn't really a way to make money at the start. So believing it's a get rich quick scheme will do one of two things. It'll either make your account go boom boom, or you got more chance of a gambler being profitable, because again, you're basically just gambling if you're trying to get rich off Forex anyway quickly. But I think what I'm going to put it in is your account go boom boom, because yes, your account will go boom if you try and get rich quick on Forex, but it doesn't mean that you won't make it in Forex. I think as long as you shift that mindset into something else, you do have a chance of making it. So I'm not going to say that it's, the second worst sort of group of mistakes you can make. It's definitely up there though. Next one is news trading. Now, a lot of you have probably seen this meme.
4, 3, 2, 1, boom!
And I find this a beautiful, encompassing video that displays exactly why you shouldn't trade news and why you shouldn't listen to other people's news calls, because the way that it wasn't good. So yeah, trading news is a bad idea, especially at the start. If you have no idea how to trade, I really wouldn't recommend it. I got caught up in it, of course, and again, everyone does. But trading news doesn't mean that you're not going to become a profitable trader, because again, you can just change it round, sort it out, and be in the long run. So for that reason, trading news with our good friend Pal, it's going to go in account go boom boom, because you will blow your account, as that video did and many other videos. And it's just a really, really bad way of trading. Next up is trading without any other income. Where I'm gonna put this is there is hope for you, because this doesn't mean you're going to be an unprofitable or bad trader. The reason I put this in as a mistake is because trading without other money means you're gonna be super stressed about losing money or making money in Forex, which will ultimately make you a, worse trader. Getting some side income from anything, it literally could be anything, as long as it's something, there is hope, because then you'll just fix your psychology, you'll improve, you won't be reliant on the time that it takes, and you will be able to make some good money, I believe. So that's why it is going in there is hope for you. Next up, we've got ICT. No, I'm joking. I don't think you should quit now, obviously, if you trade ICT. For ICT, I'm going to put there is hope for you. Now, the reason I put that is kind of based off personal experience and opinion, as I said at the start, where I did it for years, didn't work for me until I switched to something else. However, that does not mean you can't become profitable with it. So, you can, and a lot of people are. So I'm not going to say that you can't, which is why I put there's hope for you. But I think where this lies is the mistake of getting into it at the start, because a lot of people will jump the basics, and you'll know from my videos, I'm a huge advocate for structure. I think that is the most important part of trading. So jumping over that and trying to learn about order blocks, breaker blocks, liquidity pools, BSL, SSL, Wyckoff, turtle soup, kill zones, you name it, whatever you want to, whatever jargon there is for it, learning about that in your first even year is a terrible idea until you've mastered the basics. And so the reason why ICT is going to go there is because, yes, there's hope for you after a few years if you get it, but especially at the start, it is a mistake to get straight into ICT, in my opinion. And I'm not going to say you'll get there, because based on personal experience, it didn't work for me. But as I said, there is a high chance that it could work for you. Who knows? It's just about finding what works for you. Next up is comparing yourself. This is a huge mistake that traders make. And, everyone's guilty of it. I'm guilty of it. Because of Instagram, you see a lot of traders doing better than you, especially when you start out. You're going to be comparing your day 10 to someone's day 2000. And it's just not a good idea to compare the two. You're at a completely different point in your trading journey. However, having said that, comparing yourself is going to go, you will get there. The reason why I put it there is because just because you compare yourself, you can stop doing that. And once you learn that what is on social media isn't always necessarily the truth anyway, you will start to believe in yourself more, put more time in, you'll become profitable. I have full confidence in that. Next up, we're going to go with underestimating psychology. Now, I'm actually going to put this in more chance of gamblers being profitable. Now, the reason I say this is because psychology is so important and so little people pay attention to it. If I put a video on my channel about psychology, it never does as well as use this entry, or here's how I made this percent, or here's how you can make this percent, or here's how, I trade. If I put those out, people will watch them. If I put something about psychology, people won't watch it. So, you know, people not wanting to learn psychology at the start is a huge mistake in itself. But on top of that, you know, it plays a massive role in trading. So you've probably got more chance gambling and being profitable than you do not understanding and learning psychology when you start trading. You need to do that. And cheeky little plug here, I'm going to be doing a boot camp on my YouTube channel for free. It's sort of 7-8 episodes, hopefully half an hour to an hour long, about psychology from someone that has degrees in psychology. So stick around on the channel if you want that. That will be coming soon, and hopefully it will help a lot of you. Next up is getting into prop firms too quickly. This is a mistake, and I get this, because instead of going from a £250 account, pay a bit of money and you can have £50,000 or £100,000, 200, a million even. And that, you go into that and you think, well, 100k account, I make 3%, that's £3,000. Boom, I'm going to be so rich in a year. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. If you look at the stats of how many people actually become profitable, you'll see it's very few with prop firms and getting payouts. So going into them too quick before you have a strategy, before you've mastered your psychology, before you've learned about how to take losers and everything else, going into it before that, you will just do a very simple thing. Your account will go boom, boom. You'll blow every prop firm account you have. Believe me, it happens, okay? So when you get into Forex, do not even think about prop firms for at least a year, in my opinion, because you need to have everything down, the basics down, before you get there, basically. The last one I have here is not giving it enough time. Now, this is going in quit now. The reason why it's going in quit now is because if you, similarly, like I said about thinking Forex is a get rich quick, if you think it's going to be a quick process, you may as well stop, because it's not. It takes years, and it takes years of no progress or negative progress on top of, everything else. And I can tell you now, as someone that's traded for sort of 3.5 years, 4 years or whatever, it only comes after a few years. So give it time. That's a mistake that a lot of beginners make. They don't give it time. And if you don't give it time, you'll either quit yourself or you will, keep going. But if you just think, oh, it's got to happen now, where's my aha moment, all of this, if you keep going like that, you'll lose a lot of money and you'll just quit anyway. So I think if you go in with the mindset of not giving it enough time, I think you should just quit now. So this is what I'm thinking the order is going to look like. So we've got in quit now, if you're in one of those guru signal groups or you don't want to give it enough time. You got more chance of a gambler being profitable if you go to one of those dodgy guru mentorships or you underestimate psychology. Your account will go boom boom if you try to get rich quick, you try and trade news, or you go to prop firms too early. There's hope for you if you just don't have any extra income coming in, or you want to get into ICT. And I believe you will get there if you have the issue of comparing yourself and the mistake of comparing yourself, because that is fixable and it doesn't really have anything to do with your trading abilities. So I think you will be profitable, even though you might have an issue of comparing yourself at the current moment. So that's my tier list. Let me know what you think in the comments, what you would have done differently, etc. I thank you guys all for watching. I really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next video.